You never know what kind of treasure you stumble across. This lumber isn't your everyday kind of wood. The color and grain, it's insane. This is the lumber of the elephant ear tree. I did find a bigger stump in Florida and I already built a table out of it in my previous video. And now I want to build something special out of the last few pieces that I have left over. And I was thinking of a really cool project. What about a plane? Or what about a gravity-defying cube? Both sound amazing, don't they? So let's build something. Follow me and lessons anfangen.
Most of my projects start in the workshop on my miter saw, but not this one. I had to figure out where to cut the lumber first so it can fit into the silicone mold. I'm excited and sad at the same time to be using the last of the lumber because I love it so much and I just can't purchase it around here. Nobody sells it. I might have to go on a hike and find some more. I placed the pieces out in a way that it looked best to me, and then I used a pencil to trace the cut lines.
To make it fit into the form, I'm going to cut along those lines. First, I thought I'm just going to use my miter saw. I don't want to get any kickback if you don't have one flat edge at least, which is all too much work. So I'm just going to use my Japanese handsaw from Susan. And I know you will like that.
I also needed a small piece of lumber to build a form that will become the top part of the stand. I used a cheap piece of construction lumber I had laying around. Then I went back into the craft studio to work on getting the resin poured on. I had purchased this resin mold a while back and never got to use it, so I thought it would be perfect for this project. And while it is super convenient to use a silicone mold when using with resin, this particular one slightly melted to the resin as it cured and dripped as I demolded it. Should have just stuck with my tuck tape. That never disappointed me. Like always, I'm using ultra clear epoxy. Not only is it made in the USA with no VOC, it also stays crystal clear over time and dries with super low to no bubbles. The resin I'm using has a 1-to-1 ratio. Make sure you measure it exactly. And then mix. I recommend mixing it for at least 2 minutes. So put on a good song and let's have fun with it. To complement the dark elephant ear tree lumber, I used blue mica powder. I really like that combination. Once I put the resin, I had to let it cure overnight, so I worked on the design of the airplane. I used those thin wooden panels in my laser machine to cut it out. I got those from Amazon. They were pretty affordable and they're also super light, since I don't know exactly how much weight the magnets can carry that I will be using in the end. So I wanted to make sure I go in with a light design. I wasted a few sheets before coming up with the perfect cut. Initially, the pieces just didn't fit right, so I got a pile of firewood now to use later for s'mores. Yummy, lecker. I used some dark stain to make the cheap piece of wood look a little bit more expensive. And while that was drying, I started to work on the cube. I used some double-sided tape to attach the little setup to cut the pieces safely on the saw. I will have to go pretty close to the blade to make it happen, so I needed a little setup to make it safe for me. Kinda like a car seat for the lumber to strap it in while cutting. In addition, I also overlapped the double-sided tape, so each piece is also held by that tape. And on top of that, I used the back of a pen to keep it in place. Now that was total overkill, but better safe than sorry. I needed a total of 12 of those pieces for the cube. All of those corners are cut so they match up neatly to form the cube in the end. So full concentration here. Not just to avoid to have any of the pieces flying around, but also to cut them the correct way. For the assembly, I used a combination of CA glue activator and wood glue. Putting the airplane together was actually really fun. I have to admit, I'm one of those that's totally into puzzling. And this is just like a 3D puzzle. I also finished with the assembling of the cube. And that looks much better than I thought.
So apparently this plane, I put it together wrong. Somebody told me. And yeah, I looked it up and the person was right. So I'm gonna have to fix this because I don't know anything about planes. I thought it goes like that, but actually this top thing needs to be turned around. So I guess I'm gonna have to break this and put it back together. And now since I fixed it, I guess it's fixed. I mean, I don't know, it looked right to me before. Now it does look wrong to me, but I mean, I guess that's the way. At least I hope so.
Now, since we have that figured out and settled, I started working on the stands. A while back, I built a stand for a coffee pour over, and I used pine cones and resin. I did have a cut-off piece left over from that project, and I thought it would be really cool to use that as a bottom for the stand for the cube. So I cut that to size and chamfered the edges. And once the resin from the pour dried, I cut that to size as well. Cutting resin is not one of my favorite things to do. It's so messy. I just hate to clean up after. But the outcome of the projects are always unmatched, so it's worth it. I've given up even attaching my vacuum hose, since the resin pieces just go anywhere anyways, and it just fills up my vacuum so quickly. So I just let it go anywhere at once and then broom up the majority of it and then vacuum the rest. I have my Makita hand router in Florida, so I purchased the DeWalt as a second router. But honestly, I feel like it's too big for my hand and I don't feel like I have a good grip on it. Any advice on how to change that? Here, cutting the top part of the holder. This part will have the magnet attached to it to make the plane and the cube appear like they are floating. And like always, all the pieces that I'm using I will link in the description below. Most of them I did get off Amazon. I made sure I pre-drilled the holes before inserting the screws. However, one of the holes I did not drill deep enough, as you can tell in a second. And that was a big mistake. It did crack the wood, and now I have to fix that before I can continue. Luckily, it was a pretty clean break and it was easy to attach back with some wood glue. Once I had that fixed, it was time to apply the finish. For the finish, I'm using my MeikeMade liquid hydration and then followed up with a layer of Moose Mogu's wood butter for a perfect shine. I think it looks fantastic. I just love the blue accent with that dark wood. And now, since all the pieces are built, it was time to assemble them. I used some fishing string to hang it up. I didn't just want to cut the string on the bottom of the holder, because over time the string might get loose, so instead I kept it long and tied it around the screw that hold the arm in place, so it's simple in case I have to adjust it. The hardest part was to figure out how long exactly I need the string to be. I wanted to be close enough to be stable, but far enough so it's a visible distance. I had to play around with it for a bit until I found the perfect placement. But I figured it out in the end. And now we are fertig! Wow, what a project! I'm totally in love with it. It looks like they're defying gravity. Please like, comment and subscribe. If you have not done so, please click the bell button to get notified of new videos. If you can, please join my Patreon. That helps me create more YouTube videos. Thank you so much for all of your support. See you soon. Tschüss und auf Wiedersehen.